He's a comedy theorist, an award-winning musician, and he's desperately trying to hold his beautiful mind together. He's a living TikTok post that thinks that if he just does one more bad take on current events, he's finally gonna become famous. Will his guests keep him on track? Will he deservedly get canceled, or will this show crash and burn as he loses control once again? Welcome to Meltdown Island.
It's DUSTiN!
I know everything that DUSTiN is saying sounds totally delusional.
DUSTiN, where are you going? Just trust me!
DUSTiN, you slow down. DUSTiN!
DUSTiN, you're a goddamn Einstein.
DUSTIN's right. You're a certified genius. I think that's a great idea, Mike. Thank you, DUSTiN.
If you look up the word tempting in the dictionary, you will find a picture of Sean.
Looks like Jawa is stuck between a rock and a Sean place.
I think it's because Sean is very built and he's sexy as hell. I'm going to sleep next to Sean Smith.
Nothing feels good when you're feeling bad. Nothing makes sense when you're feeling mad. Don't go around feeling sad, cause everybody's going around saying that you're crazy, that you're lazy, and you're unmotivating. To the people that surround you in society, they control you in your mind with anxiety. You gotta break free from that mindset. Break free, break free. Break free to explode. Break free to expose all of your emotional vulnerability and the complexities of your mind. And together we will find that the sun keeps shining on the other side. You know the sun keeps shining on the other side. The sun keeps shining on the other side of the rain cloud, of the storm clouds in your eyes, in your eyes. There's a place I know we can go and stay a while. Welcome to Meltdown Island. Welcome to Meltdown Island. To Meltdown, we can all meltdown.
Well, hello there. Welcome to Meltdown Island. I got this sick Nick Nolte vibe going on. A little bit crazy, man. I'm not crazy. You're crazy. Anyway, I don't know why I got so defensive. Maybe it's because I'm open-hearted today. I don't know. You tell me. Maybe it's because, I don't know, life's about to change and get amazing. Any day now. You'll see. Why would I even suggest such a thing when, you know, me being in survival mode for the last decade? I'll tell you why. Because 1/23/24. What's that? That's the day where amazing things will happen. I don't know what you're laughing about over there, buddy, because what I'm talking about right now is earth-shaking. All right, he's over here already distracted. Let's bring him in real quick. This is my best friend and co-host of the show. We co-hosted together. Here he is.
Sean Hanlon.
And I'm Dustin Gardner. And we together are melting down all around you.
Just like the world.
Just like the world. Oh, look who's made it. Hyping it up his old comfort noise. Old comfy wumpy. Alex is. Woo-wee. Getting a little applauses. That's nice. And what's he saying here?
Applause for you.
I was going to say Ronald McDonald. Look, Dad, I'm sorry that I don't want to grow up and take on the family Mick. Maybe I want to be a drummer, Dad.
You will make Big Macs, and you will like it.
I don't want to be a clown. I want to be serious. Oh, here he is. Look out. Lorne Michaels has arrived again. One of our biggest fans. I like the show. It reminds me of my show Saturday Night Live. Dare I say the first years of it, though, where it was like, we don't know what we're doing. We don't know the gems, the diamonds we hold in our hands. We don't understand the gravitational force of the weight of our entity.
I feel like that was still largely television in general during the 70s. They were still trying to figure out what the hell they were doing.
Would you call that InGen? InGens in general?
Oh, InGen, yeah.
It's just, you know, it's something that we say in the biz. Me and my business friends.
I thought you were saying InGen as in like slang for Native Americans.
I would never talk slang.
Would not be appropriate.
Great. I'm glad we both agree on that. Now, coming up next week, guys, look at this. People are just checking in.
What, Crystal?
Hi, I'm here for the melting down.
Welcome. This is the place to do it, buddy. Because you know what? The world is melting down around us.
Talk about it, bud. Tell them.
Well, it doesn't feel like it in Detroit today because it is frigid.
Do we have one of those Arctic blueshes? What do they call it?
Polar vortex.
Polar vortex. So
yes. This
is where, you remember when they had the ice caps at the top and the bottom? What do they call that? North and South Pole? Well, because of the El Nino, apparently, the vortex has moved slightly down, and Dustin thinks if you look back throughout the history of mankind, that's why we had glaciers that came down all the way to the high valleys, because this Arctic vortex gets around here when it gets a little warm.
I mean, it's a layman's analysis, given that you have no real scientific background.
Did you hear that? He's saying I get laid, man.
No, I'm not saying that at all, actually. Hi, Kurt Brinker.
Hi, Kurt.
You just missed Lorne Michaels. He's here.
Well, this is as close as they've ever been in the same show at the same time. That's wild. Sesame Street had it together, though.
Yeah, they did.
They did. But still, they was puppets, and everybody else was like,
I mean, what? But also at the same time, they were still sort of discovering it. I mean, it was just 1969, I think, that Sesame Street was born. Did the internet kill television?
Radio killed the video. Video killed the radio star. And then internet killed the video star.
We went to watch the ball drop on New Year's Eve and didn't know where to tune in. You know, actually, we had the same problem.
Here's the thing is, I dropped my own balls.
Oh, come on, Dusty.
No, you know what? I'm sorry, New York City.
That's not necessary.
Here's the thing is, it is necessary.
About whatever personal stuff you
Who's going to stand up for Detroit? Me. One person, maybe Eminem, maybe the Lions. Oh, speaking of the Lions.
My blue hair.
There it is. There it is.
Go
Lions! Something about down the
Forward
field.
down the field. I'm a dream team that
Doing it,
will not
doing, he's doing the
yield.
song.
And when the blue
Boom,
and
bing.
silver wave.
Polar vortex is
Stand
because
unto
of
the
Poland.
brave. Rah, rah, rah. No.
You're not going to suck us
also,
into this argument
That's
again.
incorrect.
You're not going to do it.
And it's not specifically because of the El Nino, because El Nino has been around. Has been around, from the very beginning.
Go ahead.
Of humanity's existence. In fact, El Nino goes back to, way back the early South Americans would notice that every few years the waters would get warmer and the weather would be a little different. And they called that, since it always happened around Christmas time, they called it El Nino, which is
show you
Spanish for the Christ child.
How hype we're getting in the pond. We are becoming Macho Man, being carried down like an emperor in all glistening silver. We are, dare I say, pumped.
But the polar vortex happens because we have weakened the jet stream because of all of the CO2.
We have weakened the jet stream.
And greenhouse gases that we put into the atmosphere.
Boom, boom, bing, bong, bling, blong, blong, blong. Weaken the jet stream. Keep going, bud. I'm listening to you.
Nothing. That's it. So there's an interesting thing though, because the planet's been around for about 48 billion years, right?
If you say so.
That's a pretty good estimate. 48 billion years. So let's. I heard someone recently put it that if you were to condense that into 48 years, we're let's say mapping it down. 48 billion years into 48 years, humans have been around for about 4 hours.
Huh.
And it's been about 1 minute since the Industrial Revolution. And in that 1 minute, we have decimated 75% of the planet's forests.
You sure about that?
I'm pretty sure about it.
All right, well, I have no reason to call you a liar, I guess.
Pretty smart science guy.
You are?
So, but broken jet stream or not, it's 11 degrees right now, but it feels like -5.
Think about it. Let that set in.
Think about it.
-5. Minus of them. Not +5.
No, -5.
Woo!
5 below 0.
You moved that arm. You know what I felt? Muscles.
Yeah.
You been working out, bud?
I'm just a muscular guy. I hide it well.
You do hide it well.
I hide it well.
Underneath these. We got to get him some we got to get to the beach, you guys.
Speaking of the beach, I was just in Southern California over the weekend.
Now, how is that? Why is that?
And it's sunny in 60s there during the day.
And why were you there?
It gets cold at night. Like by cold, I mean like 40 something, like 40s.
Oh, it's 40.
Right?
We're gonna have to snuggle.
I'm gonna have to put on a lighter jacket.
I'm gonna have to sleep with clothes on tonight. I just want to.
Andy, my partner Andy, she went to Dallas over the weekend to visit some friends. So I decided to go to Southern California to visit Jamila.
Yet I was not even invited to do that with you.
What?
Like, it's almost like we don't share a TV show on YouTube, a YouTube show. It's like we almost don't do that, and we're not best friends. Almost. It's almost like that.
Okay.
I'm not saying it is like that, but I'm saying it feels like it's almost like that. If you know what I'm saying.
The Lions win is it's 10 more weeks. Lions win is 10 more weeks of winter.
That's a groundhog, you
2.5 months. I always goof that up. I think he was saying goof that up.
Speaking of goofing up, and Kurt, he has been begging us.
Go on.
For, dare I say, 2 years now, to bring back a little show we invented called Try It Out.
Try It Out.
And I think he wants us to open up for a show that they do
Try It Out
on Thursday nights, where we could do a Try It Out show.
Try It Out.
What's your thoughts on that?
I mean, I'm reasonably interested.
But?
I'm reasonably interested. I'd like to know more details.
What's your schedule, though?
My schedule on Thursdays is presently open.
But you're leaving.
I'm going to Costa Rica in February. I'm going to be gone all of February, pretty much.
See, when you tell me things, I remember them.
Barely.
I guess the ones I get mad at you about,
Yeah.
I remember really well.
Yeah.
And the other ones I don't really hear. I hear that now.
So
what's up? We got an Ohio listener in the chat. Well, we're going to be taking some phone calls today, some viewer listener calls. Feel free to pop up if you want to come up and say hi and check in.
Besides, I didn't want to ask you to go because I figured you would want to be focused on your crypto empire. Speaking of which, have you gotten your rewards yet, buddy? Those rewards that you were supposed to get?
If you've seen the show that I released this week,
okay,
on YouTube, you would see that
the show that's not with me.
The show that is with you.
Okay. Oh, so you released a cut down Roses and Thorns.
A little bit of Roses and Thorns. A little bit of Did I? Now I'm questioning myself. Maybe I didn't release it on YouTube yet.
Email Andy Reid, set it up for Thursday Throwdown when Sean gets back. All right.
And until then, I could do my looping show. I sure do need to get at that again.
Yeah.
I do.
So you can create some of these songs that you were supposed to. Weren't you like? Didn't you?
Weren't you?
Did you have a
don't give me. Don't get on what we're supposed to do.
Did you have a homework assignment
about
some songs?
Did you?
I feel like.
Did you?
I feel like.
Did you?
I feel like you had a homework assignment.
Just somebody gives you a homework assignment doesn't make it real.
Was this homework assignment? Was it in your?
Howdy, Frump Nation.
Frump Nation,
welcome.
welcome.
What's up, Kyle? Hey, what's up, Kyle? Hope you're doing well, Kyle. Jetty is in the thing. Jetty, feel free. As I just said, we got a couple people.
Jetty's in the thing.
Done. Jets.
Jetty. Jetty.
Come on.
Jetty. In the thing.
Jetty in the streams. Jetty in the streams.
Good to see you, Jetty. So
Kyle.
Yeah, we're in the throes of a polar vortex, but next week at this time we'll be back above average. So that'll be good.
Above average,
it's
you guys.
It's just supposed to get us through this weekend.
Hi, welcome to Meltdown Island, where we try to become above average. We've not succeeded yet, but we're always trying.
Always trying. Hey, we started off. People can hear us apparently, so that's a good thing.
Dude, that's one of the key things. That's like G.I. Joe. The more you know about, you know what I mean. That's some good shit. I agree with you. I don't know if that made sense, but. We both had homework.
They can hear us.
We
started relatively on time.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I feel like we nailed this.
God, dude. When don't we nail this?
Well,
even when we're failing, we're trying. And guess what? Trying is half the battle. That's it. Fucking G.I. Joe shit, and we're doing it.
And our technical issues really—they're just a segment of the show anyway. I mean, they're a regular segment. So
I'm gonna bring up Ohio here to speak real quick for 1 second, and I want you to know, Red Horn Master, this is a very fast-paced show. Love to hear you and say hi, but know that I might have to cut you off and/or keep your thoughts to very, you know what I mean? I don't know if I'm speaking correctly.
You're not.
But let's welcome to the stage Red Horn Master Ox. Come on up, bud. Say hi to everybody. First time caller, long time listener.
What's up, guys?
Hey,
we're doing it. We're just doing it.
We're doing it and doing it and doing it.
Well,
we're doing it and doing it and doing it.
He doesn't know that we do songs. Go ahead.
What's your update on Pongcoin today?
Yeah.
That's a great question. Thank you for the question. You know what it does is it gives me an opportunity to answer it.
I mean, to be fair, I also asked the question.
Yeah, but yours was like, oh, I want to get at you and make fun of you because you've been wrong so many times, and I think that you're a failure, not only in life but in finances. And this is what I read, by the way. Whenever you start yapping, I
wouldn't say failure. I mean, I'm just saying not a success.
Irregardlessly, here is the question to be answered. What is my prediction for the Pongcoin? Well, I can say this. There's a count, buddy.
What? I was on the red eye. I was flying back from LA last night. I haven't slept really at all. So
I don't want to hear another word about global warming. Okay.
All right. Fine.
You can either complain about global warming or you can sleep when I talk about Pongcoin, but you can't do both. You cannot do both. You might want to stay focused over here instead of falling asleep.
You're focused
Yes, I am on the fucking. Oh, guys, I apologize. We didn't get to blow up the volcano, and some of you don't know what a volcano is, but it is a device. We're in Detroit. It's legal here to talk about marijuana and weed, and we blow up a volcano of weed.
Mm-hmm.
Some say we didn't get to do that, so our mellow is not necessarily there. I apologize. I'm still answering your question. Don't worry, it's coming. But needless to say, we're probably up here with Alana. I know Alana is a very big fan of ours, and I'm a big fan of Alana's, and I just don't want to skip over important people.
Well, I'll waffle.
He already got
both had homework.
We already got
He's been slouching. I don't think you said it. I don't think you read it, though. I don't feel like you read it.
Make sure you retweet the room. I appreciate that. Hi, I'm at work. Can't talk. Thank you, Ginny Joe. Thank you, Ginny Joe.
Yeah, From Nation's a little confused. There was homework.
So here's what's going on with PwnCoin.
I'm failing this. Great. Alana, hello.
Here's what's going on with PwnCoin. I'm going to show you a countdown right now, bud. And this countdown is everything. Everything is based around this countdown.
You're right, From Nation.
Mm-hmm. Notice we are now at, it's backwards. I'm going to be very upset about that, but I'm not going to be up. Let me see if I can do one thing.
Your homework is to play Ready or Not with me. Ready or not.
Here I come. You can't hide. So here's the time. 6 days, 18 hours, 37 minutes, 10 seconds. Now that is based on, I'm going to tell you what it's based on, bud.
Okay.
That is based on, I'm going to tell you right now.
I'm listening.
Eastern Standard Time. Noon Eastern Standard Time.
It seemed like a very dramatic reveal for just the...
Well, some of us had to really think it through because I didn't really understand what I was talking about. Now I do. On that date, so the 23rd, 1, 2, 3, 2, 4. Some say it's on the day of our show. Some say he might be coming on our show. Who's he? The founder. Maybe he comes on our show to announce things. Maybe he doesn't. Maybe it's just dropped at noon and we don't have anything to talk about other than I'm super successful in finance and crypto. Now,
This is the future you're talking about? The 123.
6 days.
It's going to be revealed that you know what you're doing.
Less than 7 days.
All right, buddy.
I will be possibly a $20,000 heir. Maybe a $10,000. Either way, if I'm an heir of anything, that's a huge day. I wrote out a whole thread. Now, I thought there would be mining. To be fair to his question, I thought there would be mining today or yesterday, which would drop the price even more. And you're like, why? Because anytime you mine PNDC, PwnCoin, you adding supply. And that drops the price, right? Because we already got too much supply to even get to $1. You're going to add some more supplies. We're going to drop even lower. And that's what's happened.
Okay.
Here's the thing is you spawn, and that takes away coins. Coins start disappearing. They're burnt to get this.
You burnt.
And then you can lock up your coins, which makes the price go up. Why? Because those coins are taken off the market and they're locked in. And you do this weekly for a little bit of that drip of that water, bud.
Okay.
And this is exciting.
Okay.
Because of the Ethereum endowment going to match awards going to normal folks, which is we are. It's just about to get nuts, dude. The PwnCoin rewards wallet was at 10 million for a few months. Then it dropped down to like 6 million. Everybody's like, what's going on? Now I think it's up to like 100 million. Yeah, guy, it's getting real fast.
All right, buddy. Completely forgot about that. Me too. From Nation.
What? What are you guys talking about? You guys got something going on? You guys got a little crosstalk?
LOL. It's all good. It's understandable. Thank you very much.
Please let me know if I answered that question. I feel like I did, but I also got distracted. My prediction, though, ultimately is rewards are coming next week, this time, noon, on Tuesday of next week, and it is going to be mayhem. Mayhem. It's going to be the biggest day of the year for me, but maybe of the last decade for me.
On the 23rd?
On the 23rd. I cannot stress this enough. I know some people from the Islanders like to call me Mr. Worldwide, Mr. Money Millionaire. None of those things are true yet, but next Tuesday they will be.
Maybe an air of grievances.
What? No.
Good bit, buddy. LOL. JK. LOL.
Real quick, let me just, because we're having a conversation with a caller.
Sure.
We
Well,
brought him in.
you literally just yelled at me because I had fallen behind on those.
Well, and I'd like to now congratulate you.
It's a struggle
for following through and getting her done.
I feel sometimes like I'm trying to give you what you want, and then you yell at me for giving you what you want.
You do what I want. You do not what I want. You're gonna get yelled at either way. We know that about me. I'm a yeller. All right. So, Red Horn Master, did you feel like I completed your request of questioning?
Yeah.
Is there more that I can answer for you?
Thank you.
Here's my follow-up.
Did you hear that? Did you hear that? Thank you. It was very sweet of you.
Yeah, that was. You implying that I never say thank you because
your words.
I often say thank you. I often say thank you.
That sounds like guilt. I didn't say a thing. Go ahead, Sean.
I often say thank you. Here's my question, though. What is it that leads you to believe that the 23rd is going to be this big day?
Did I just show you the countdown?
Yeah. But it's a countdown to what? We don't know.
I'm telling you right now. It's a count.
He's releasing Pongcoin, he said.
Yeah, he's releasing. Yeah.
So rewards.
That's going to drive the thing down. Oh, he's releasing the rewards?
Yes.
Well, no, he's releasing where we get to stake into the pond water. Remember?
Right. Yes. That's when we're allowed to start staking. But the staking is going to be a weekly process. A weekly, right here, do this with me. It's a weekly handshake with Pond to say, hey, you act like Pond right now because you got blue hair and I got red hair, okay? So I'm just this average red-headed Ronald McDonald clown guy walking up to you and I go, hi there, I would like to take my Pond coin and you hold on to it. Why? Say why.
Why?
Because I want you to have liquidity on our decentralized exchange, and I'm going to get rewards for allowing you to use my money to be like this little bit of water that guess what? Yachts are going to go across. Yachts is going to go across my water, and I'm going to get a little bit of that, a little bit of that sweet stuff, a little bit of that engine juice, a little bit of, I don't know what to call it. I don't know. Drip. You get a little bit of pond water for doing this.
How do you know the clock isn't counting down to the next disappointment? How do you know it's not just another tease?
Well, Sean, I know that you and probably many others now that are watching now, I can see it now, that everyone would think that would be hilarious.
I mean, it's not hilarious. I think it's heartbreaking. But it seems like...
Hold on. I think he's right. You're very good guess, Sean.
Both of you are exactly wrong, and I'll tell you why. I've never been right about rewards.
Yeah, because I was just about to say, because it feels like every week, next week is the week. Such that a few weeks ago we talked about it on the show, and when somebody said, predict when the rewards are going to come out, and I said, my prediction is next week. Perpetually next week.
And we've all watched that video on X. That video is
now
out there. Everyone's enjoyed it except for you. With
that
said,
not on X. To be fair, I'm not on X.
I don't know why you're not.
Because I don't know. I just don't like it.
It's where news is made.
Is it though?
It is.
Okay.
It is actually.
All right.
SEC got hacked. Did you hear this? SEC got hacked, and they came out and said Bitcoins is released, and then instantly we're like, no, it's not. Who said we did? Who said that? You guys did. No, we somebody.
Oh,
wait,
that's
you guys,
right. So
you guys don't have two. The thing they tell everybody, make sure that you have a two authentication factor thing. They didn't even have their own authentication factor. They got hacked by their own idiocracy. And then they changed it the next day. Some call it market manipulation. Some call it taking all of the people who have rich money and are going up against leveraging.
Yes.
They lost hundreds of millions of dollars for sure in like 10 minutes.
So,
because
we talked about this just last week, I think.
Here's the reason I think rewards. And to be fair to my good friend Redhorn Master.
Okay, Redhorn.
Yes. I do also believe that pond water and the pond water comes from the drip. Daily, some repetitive and daily rewards incentive program. Drip.
Okay.
You're going to get dripped that pond water.
Okay.
But how do you know if you want to get pond water if, I'm now speaking to Redhorn Master, if they don't give rewards to show how much it is able to reward you for locking it up? I.e., me having all of my fees of $2,400 in fees because I have $240,000 worth of volume, 1% of fees. That $2,400 has been dripping me money, and it's all going to come on that day, from now, 7 days from now, 7 days from now. And all of a sudden, you're going to say, DUSTiN has that much money? Everybody knows DUSTiN's poor and asking for rent. He can't survive. And now he has that much money from what? Rewards for drip? I think that's going to make a lot of people already want to do it, right? But I think the rewards is what's going to not only make people want to lock it up, but also people go, oh shit, I need to get into this now. And then that FOMO is going to go boop to the moon, Alice. Now I'm not honeymooners, but to the moon.
Mm-hmm.
And I know that that's a slang for like domestic abuse because he would say, I'm going to punch you in the face to the moon.
Sure.
But however, I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is our coin is going to launch like a rocket into the moon. Thank you. Boy, that was a very, very big landmines that I just got through. Whew.
So you're saying rewards are going to drop? That's what you think?
I really do believe it with all of my soul.
To be fair, he has believed it with all of his soul on several occasions.
He's not wrong.
In the past few months.
He's not wrong. He's not wrong. I have done many, many episodes of rewards are tomorrow. DUSTiN. Why? Because I believe it.
Well, I'm sorry to let you down, DUSTiN, but I think you're wrong.
This son of a bitch, you're fired. You're fired from listening to us, to watching our show. I mean, what am I firing him from? He made me that angry, though.
I mean, he seems to be a smart guy.
Well, to be fair, he is in Ohio, so maybe he's smart.
I'm going with Sean on this one, and maybe next week, maybe.
All right, thank you for the maybe. I'm going to take that and run with it. What's the crypto over
I
here?
hope, buddy. I hope.
I appreciate that.
I really do.
I appreciate you calling in today.
I hope so, too.
I do, too. I'm going to be honest with you. I hope so, too. Because I'm going to be honest with you. I'm not going to make it.
I mean, this is an interesting point. Take half the money you put into crypto and put it into a Fidelity investment account. See what grows money faster. It's an interesting hypothesis. To be fair, though, all those stocks are very high. All stocks are very, very high right now. They continue to hover at record levels, and we're probably going to be plunging into a long percolating recession this year.
You're insane. The bull market is just starting.
The bull market is just starting. Uh-huh. The bull market has been on a run largely since 2012. Sure, right after the pandemic broke, there was that crash. So there was a crash in stock prices.
I don't know if it's because I'm looking at you weird, but I think a lot of people think you're crazy. Keep talking now. Keep going.
There was a crash in stock prices when the pandemic broke, when the lockdown started. But then so much money was pumped into the system, both to corporations and to individuals, that stocks shot up again and hit record highs.
Hey!
Like within months.
Crypto did too, I think.
Yeah. So because people were dumping people were getting all kinds of free money. So yeah, let's buy some crypto. Let's see where that's going to do.
I'm listening.
Because restaurants are closed. We can't go on vacation. Let's try and put this into.
That's when OnlyFans people were making like $1 million a month.
And so Netflix was making a ton of money too.
Go on.
But the thing is, they're probably going to reduce interest rates this year. And historically speaking, every time they have reduced interest rates, layoffs follow. There've already been tens of thousands of layoffs just in the last few months. Your optimism gives me anxiety. My optimism
about it's going to work, and here comes reward.
Or my optimism about the collapse is giving.
That's not called optimism. You're saying words wrong.
I mean, it sounds like I'm optimistic because I always say it so giddily.
You say it like I believe that rewards are coming, and that's what it's about, I think. Right. So it's optimism about the rewards.
Mine is optimism for the collapse.
You don't have to argue it. Not everything is a fight.
I think stocks are plummeting this year. I think.
I hear you.
That being said, the system has been thoroughly manipulated for the last 5 to 10 years. Well, I mean, it's been manipulated for a long time, but they've been hardcore. They've really mastered the manipulation.
They really
in the
have.
last 5 to 10 years.
That's true. That part is true.
And
I'd also like to apologize. Last week, I don't know if you remember this. Last week we had a show, and I mentioned during that show, this you don't know this. During that show, I said, "Oh, Polly is live right now." Remember that?
Yeah, sure.
Well, people left our show to go listen to Polly.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently, Polly was in there for 1 minute saying, "You guys are all liars and scammers. Everyone in this room is getting blocked." People left our show, went to that show, and got blocked by Polly because they were in his room. We couldn't go in the room because we're doing a show, so I got lucky. But I just want to let you know that I think we really damaged a lot of people's social credit last week by saying that Polly was live, because it was not a good moment for the ecosystem.
I think I think Kurt's summing up what we all kind of think theoretically.
Okay, theoretically, you think that?
Yes.
Not necessarily reality.
It's easier to fool someone than it is to convince them that they have been fooled.
And who said that?
Mark Twain.
I believe his name was Clarence
Sam Clemens.
It's not even his name, so you've been fooled twice.
Samuel Clemens.
At least I know his real name. I just wanted a slam dunk, buddy. I just want a slam dunk. Can you give me a high five to slam dunk and move on? Next one.
The coldest winter Mark Twain ever spent was a summer in San Francisco.
Is that when they had the Spanish flu?
You don't even.
And that's why it was cold?
No, it was just it's just saying that San Francisco is colder than people think.
Let's go, girls. Oh, I'm feeling lucky. I'm feeling it freezing. Oh.
The Fed dropped recently. Everyone is pulling money out of stocks and refinancing their homes. That's true. Yeah. They're refinancing at a higher rate just to take money out because people are tapped out.
I agree with that. And you know why?
And
because of taxes and fucking billionaires not paying their taxes, period.
Well, I mean, there's a lot of factors, but
that's the big one.
I mean, it's largely that people aren't getting paid enough because
that's true too.
The working class is being exploited by the 1%.
$30,000 back in the 90s is equivalent to $180,000 today, and ain't nobody making that.
And the 1% owns 90% of the stocks.
Period.
So that's why there's all kinds.
Let's go, also, pod going clap, 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 clap. Let's go, ungoing.
I mean, what's really driving the stock market too the last 5 years is stock buybacks. Ever since it was made legal that corporations could buy back their stock, they have been, and especially when interest rates were at zero, they were borrowing money at 0%, buying back their stocks to drive up stock prices because all these CEOs and executives, that's what their incentives are. They get stock options. And if the stock price goes down and they've got options, those stock options are worthless. So they got to constantly keep driving up the stock price. And the best way to do that is buying back stocks, to the point where we've got something that when I was in business school, I never even heard of before. Dude. And that is called zombie corporation. You know what a zombie corporation is?
Sounds like a corporation that walks around and eats the brains of other corporations.
All right. A zombie corporation is one that owes so much. They've borrowed so much money that they do not make enough money to be able to pay that off.
Well, that sounds like me.
And these are like big corporations too, like General Motors, for example, is one such.
You bring up a good point. You bring up a good point, as in, so I've been yelling at my phone for the last, let's say, 2 months. I've been going, bankruptcy! I'm bankrupt. Get that. That's going to be. Thank you, Grimaces. Go if you want. If you want to gamble, there's the casino.
Smoke it.
She's talking to you because you're crazy right now.
I'm crazy right now.
I've been going bankruptcy. I'm bankrupt, hoping that because they listen, that they would just do the paperwork for me. But apparently, it's like a trigger word for phones, and they're like, no, we're not going to do anything. So my question to you, and to qualify him. This is the guy back in the 80s that was banker. We sang songs about him on an album called Sean. He's the one who got banker weed. So there's a past. My dude was in the banking when they go, tell us who makes us the most money. And he goes to the top guys he goes up to the top floor of the bank. He goes, "Hey guys, just want to let you know, the people who pay us the most are the poorest of the poor.
Yep.
The poor people that are our base customers." And they go, "How dare you?" And he goes, "What? You asked me to give you a report. I'm giving you a report." And they go, "It's our rich people. It's the guys who..." He goes, "No, because they pay on time and they do everything that we ask them to do. The people that are always late, they pay fees, they pay all these things that are ultimately making us more money than twice as much than this 1%, let's call it." And he almost got demoted or fired for that. Did you get fired for that?
I didn't get it. I got neither demoted nor fired.
Okay. In my mind, you're a hero.
But they basically said, and just to give clarification for the word, give clarification to the word salad that DUSTiN is tossing.
Delicious.
I was tasked. My department was tasked with the assignment of determining profitability at the household level. And what they were going to do is, once we were able to determine the most profitable households that were customers of the bank, we would then lavish them with extra perks and
people who already got
praise.
They don't even
love,
need it. They don't even care about it.
And extra benefits.
They're like, "This cheap thing they just gave me, I don't need it." But somebody else there, they're like, "I wish I had me a cheap thing."
Yeah. So when they received the reports, they're like, "These reports are trash. These are some of our worst customers. We wanted our best customers
to come out as the best, as the winners."
Well, we wanted our best customers, saying that they assumed that the most profitable customers were the richest customers. But in reality, as we all know, people who are poor, it's very expensive to be poor. A rich person
can confirm. And how?
A rich person will get their bank fees waived, no problem. Oh, yeah, they can't. They will trip over themselves to waive fees for a rich person. So the people who are actually paying all those bank fees, overdraft fees, they're letting their credit cards carry credit card balances carry from month to month.
That's
so they're
me.
Paying massive interest.
Mm-hmm.
So it turned out to be all these poor people who were always bouncing checks, overdrafting their account, carrying balances on their credit cards. They emerged as the most profitable households at the bank. And the bank leaders were basically, this
Did you know that they actually
useless.
include all of that in their banking training now?
They actually include that
The
in
thing that you
how to rip us off.
No. Your findings are now part of banking basic training.
Well,
do you let that sink in? You're about to talk and you're not letting that sink in.
I'm letting it sink in.
You want to sit down for 1 second? Let that sink in.
What you're saying, I think
you want to sit down
there. I think what Alana is saying there is that they actually acknowledge that is the reality, and
as
they
basic training
continue to pillage the working class.
Yes, but ultimately we're trying to give you. You're not letting it sink in.
I didn't.
The thing you did in the 80s.
I didn't.
Shush.
It wasn't the 80s,
let this happen.
It was the 90s.
Let this happen.
I didn't invent that profitability thing.
Honey,
that was just my project that I was working on.
And you came up with the answer that is now basic training for noobs, for teens.
I was
entering the market.
I was part of a team.
And guess what, team leader? You got it done. Ultimately, what I'm trying to say is give him props. And guess who can't accept love today? Guess who's having trouble accepting his greatness?
Oh my gosh.
Both
of us are running really hot because
we didn't get that volcano.
Like DUSTiN said, we didn't get to have the pre-show volcano.
You're squeezing
because I was running late.
You're squeezing.
And then when I got here, DUSTIN lays down this new
rule
that I have to get here super early. I have to get here super early if I want a volcano.
I'd like to apologize to Red Horn Master. I apologize. You're crazy right now.
So,
you need to get this.
Yes.
You're crazy.
I'm saying
right
they are well aware of it, to the point where, banks used to do this. The banks actually got in trouble for this. What they would do is they would organize your
See, I've smoked. This is hilarious. You need to smoke because
you smoke, but you won't let me finish this point. Banks would order all of your transactions that were going to clear, all of your transactions that were going to clear on any given night. They would order them so the largest transactions would be processed first. So that means say you've got
Oh, you got me. You hooked me.
say you've got $10 in your checking account.
I don't.
I'm just saying.
I got 20.
I'm saying.
All right, let's get it right. No, I think I do have $10. Oh my God, I'm going to show you.
Buddy.
Go ahead. Let's say I got $10 on my thing account. Go ahead.
This is today's a struggle. I feel like I'm swimming upstream.
Be a trout then.
If you've got $10 in your check, buddy.
Look at that one.
$10. He's got $21 in his account, for those of you who are curious. So don't steal Dustin's identity. It will merit.
It'll hurt your credit report.
It will get you nothing. So they used to order. So say you've got $10 in your checking account, and you write. I mean, I know we don't write checks anymore, but whatever the equivalent is, you use your Visa check card. You buy something online. So say you've got 5 transactions that come out to be, you overdraft. So say you have got transactions of $1, $1, $1, $1, and $8. So instead of processing all of the $1 transactions first, so that you don't, and then the $8 last, and you just overdraft on that last one, they run the $8 one first, so that all of the subsequent ones trigger the overdraft. Woo! And then you get multiple overdrafts instead of just one. Woo! Isn't that fucking criminal?
You are crazy right now with the language as well. You do need to hit that. But can I say this?
Yes.
Sully, Captain Sully, you just landed that plane in the motherfucking Manhattan River, and you fucking saved some lives right there, bud.
Mm-hmm.
I know it felt tough. I know you're not hitting this yet. You're not talking.
I'm getting caught up on these.
Don't even have to worry about that.
Get yelled at.
No. You're not going to be yelled
in
at.
A good way. Thank you.
I'm yelling at you to smoke right now. Because here's the thing.
Yes, that. Thank you, Alana. Yes, that.
That's what I do.
But as awful as it is, that's what pays the bills for my family. And and here's the thing. I don't hold that against you, Alana, by any stretch of the imagination. I used to work for a bank. There are a lot of people that work for banks.
Go ahead.
But here's what also though. I think that you could still get paid. Your bank would still make a profit without without ripping off the poor customers. Because ultimately,
did you have to fight raping? Did you have objectively? Did you have to fight the word raping?
Yes, I did.
Yep. Go ahead.
So because the thing is, the bulk of that money is going to these executives that are making millions of dollars, and it's just not right. It's just not right. It's exploitative. And yes, I don't hold it against you that you have to have a job.
Who would hold anything against Alana?
Well, here's the thing.
Watch your mouth.
As awful as it is,
I know.
That's what pays bills for my family.
But that's her family. When you pointed to her, things change.
I'm saying I don't bear any ill will toward anyone who has to work for a corporation, because we have to work for corporations, because that's late stage capitalism.
Did you see that?
We have to. But it's also not banks that are fleecing and exploiting the working class.
Okay.
Everybody is. Walmart pays his employees so little that they actually qualify for food stamps.
Yep.
And then they encourage them to spend their food stamps at Walmart.
So it's socialism for the corporations.
It's socialism for the corporations.
I like to call them corporate people, to remind us that the Supreme Court of the United States did make corporations into people and said money is equal to speech. And the more money you have, the louder your speech is. Guess who ain't got no money? Poor people. Guess what ain't free no more? Speech. Because did you see what he did? Did you see him stop on a thing and try to change? It messed up his whole flow. Didn't ruin the show this time, but it has in the past. And you haven't hit that yet. And I think, step out, just hit it.
Because I just want to be clear
to
Alana that and everyone else who works for a corporation, that we all have to make a living. That's the system that we've got. The only thing that we have anymore is to sell our time. That's all that we have, because most people don't make things. Most people don't grow things. The only thing we can
Steiner,
do,
no. Go.
the only thing that we can do is sell our time. And not only, though, it pays the bills for Alana's family, it could be a lot easier for Alana to pay her bills if
Alana, you know I got you.
If the working class wasn't getting screwed with, you know, oh, when I was working at the bank, oh, you get a great job this year. You get a 2% raise.
Oh, God.
Ooh, great job this year. Oh, I'm going to give you a 3% raise. Don't tell anyone else, though, because people are getting only 1% raises. They hold it against us.
What's that comment?
Pass it over. Yeah, thank you.
We
Rose
all want you
DUSTiN.
to hit that.
Oh, right, fine.
Oh my God, you guys!
You
welcome back to Meltdown Island. Yes, Rose to me for explaining banking industry to Sean. I was just trying to qualify. I didn't realize we was going to slide away into a recession of the show. Let's call it. But I do
regression. You're saying regression.
I don't think so.
You want to say regression?
Well, irregardlessly, I would like to say that he's not here to correct me about that. My friend Sean is behind CBDCs. Don't trust him. Look, Steiner, no, he got out of banking and he got into improv and comedy because of this whole thing. And he was disgusted by it. And he's like, what am I doing with my life? And you know what? He was like, that ain't it. That ain't it. Guess what? And he was like, here's DUSTiN. This is it. And now we got a whole island of people who are like, I agree. This is it. So welcome, Steiner. And trust Sean. You hear how passionate he is about corporation people doing that to us? So please, I get jokes. We get jokes. But at the same time, he's a little sensitivo right now.
I'm sensitive because the system is stacked against
Steiner.
the bulk of humanity. And you're like, oh, you're a socialist, you're a communist.
No, who said that?
What?
No one said that.
I'll tell you what, socialism, communism, they don't work either.
What? Because
the social democracy,
capitalism, socialized capitalism.
The problem with any system is humans. We are terrible for the most part. And absolute power corrupts absolutely. So whoever's at the top is always going to try and make things better for themselves.
I'm absolutely crushing this wig. Don't be jealous. Whew, wow.
Roses to Sean,
so I qualified all of that to say, what do I do next to claim bankruptcy?
To pick your poison of choice. Exactly.
What do I do next? Poison. What do I do next to get real bank? Because here's the thing. What have I been doing the last few months? I've been talking about what our ex-presidents say before leaving office. They say, don't trust the military complex. Who was that? A general and a president, Eisenhower. You got Roosevelt saying, the only thing we got to fear is fear itself. We can do anything. We're human beings. We in America, we can do it. What else we got? Carter, he said, put on a sweater. You guys in the winter, put on a sweater. Turn the heat down 2 degrees. And let's, relax. What did they say? You're out of office. We want the 80s. Then what happened? Obama said, well, there's aliens. And then what else happened?
I feel like you're reaching for him now.
Maybe, but
George Washington said, beware the two-party system.
Bingo. Hold up, one more thing. And that's why I've started the wig party, which is why we wear wigs. USA 2, us all. Here you go, bud. Us all. We vote on the blockchain. We put democracy and freedom on the blockchain to give it more value. You're saying they can make billions, trillions of dollars, but I can't vote? Excuse me. So that attitude, and ultimately we vote on everything and we learn. And how you go, how can all that work? I don't know. I'm the ideasman. I am the firecracker trailblazing. And you know what? I'll pick up some engineers, I'll pick up some people, and we'll figure it out. We'll get it worked out. Ultimately, though, Sean, I qualified all of that to say, how do I claim bankruptcy for real? What is my next stage?
You have to go to a bankruptcy lawyer.
I got to go to a lawyer?
Yeah.
But hold up, I can't even afford my bills. How am I going to afford a lawyer?
And you have to pay it in advance.
How much is it that?
It depends on the lawyer. Could be $800, could be $1,000, could be $2,000.
Dollars?
Yes.
And they won't like front it to you until you get out of bankruptcy?
I mean, it depends on the lawyer.
Looks like somebody was writing nice. Thank you, Joshua Woo.
Or was saying no.
No, why would they say that?
I don't know. Maybe
he's probably saying noise. That's what me and the kids.
Maybe Joshua TV likes capitalism.
No, Joshua Woo. Woo. There you go. It's real high. Ooh. You got to think of it like a young Japanese female whenever you do that. Whoo! All right. Steiner says, Sean is psyops. No, he's not, dude. No, he's not. He's my best friend, and he is here is here. All right, buddy?
Why do you think he's going to Costa Rica?
Somebody knows you're going to Costa Rica?
I'm trying to take Pond down. I'm going to escape to Costa Rica.
Steiner knows more about your schedule than I do all of a sudden. I forgot where you're going. I just know you ain't going to be here. Mm-hmm. Dang. Thank you, Steiner.
Because that's the part that you care about.
Yeah, the part that affects me in
a
dramatic way.
Hey, there we go. Exactly.
Guy, pardon me. I want you to win.
That's what's wrong.
Pardon me for wanting you to win and go to Costa Rica. Pardon me that it also affects me in a negative way. Both things can be true, Sean. I can still want you to have a fun time, and it can still ruin my life. You're getting the joke. Come on, you can get in on this. Have fun with me. I feel like it's like that Mother May or Dearest, Mommy Dearest. What's that one where she abuses me? Ooh.
I mean, let's look at fossil fuels, right? I mean,
no,
they have
known,
they have known since I mean, honestly, the science has known since the 1700s, since the dawn of the Industrial Revolution.
Come on, 17.
Science has known that CO2 holds on to heat.
Do we got a fact checker on that? Do we got a fact checker who fact check that?
You've got a fact checker.
Oh, look at this. We got a new caller.
And then we
got a new caller, though.
You're very interruptive.
I apologize. All right, hold on.
Go ahead.
Fossil fuels. Hi, caller. Chris, we see you on the thing. Come on in here and stop Sean from talking about fossil fuels before we go down another rabbit hole.
Oh, hello. Wait, it's been a while since I've done these things. Where do I look?
Hi there. Hi, are you a governor? You're
hello.
A governor
There
from London, England, it sounds like.
Yes, I am from London, England.
Hello, governor.
Did that sound British?
It sounds very British, my friend. Isn't it? Very British, indeed.
Hello, governor. How are you today?
The thing I love about British is that they're allowed the universal, we're allowed to make fun of them as a country and a people. That's what I really appreciate you. Because let's face facts, for years it would have been punching up, right? Because the sun doesn't set on the British Empire. And now we're all like, who tripped over themselves because they got to... And it's like we get to tease the British now. With that said, they are also very intelligent sounding. So for years, we all thought, when a British person is talking about nature, I need to listen. And then what happened? AI came along and DUSTiN was like, now AI is the new British guy. And then when they made an AI British guy, now it's like, well, that's the leader of the world. So go on. How are you, sir?
I am good. To be fair, on my defense there, the US do give us a lot of opportunities to make fun.
Oh, you can make fun of us too. But yeah. I feel like the world, some of the world hates us, right? They don't want to make fun.
With good reason.
But, England's tried, at least, with some of these countries.
They tried? I mean,
with some of them.
That's how you wrap up colonialism? They tried to get all these other countries to do those things.
They've tried to make amends and say, all right, you guys are free now, whatever. Here's some jewels, as it were.
All right.
I think you're overall hated for the way you spell color.
Yeah.
I haven't found anyone.
There shouldn't be a you. Ooh.
So that's why they're hated.
Canada have it right.
You're saying
Canada spell it right.
Leave out the U.
They still have the U?
Yes.
Now, see, when I try to put the U in there to make fun of them on my smartphone, it won't let me anymore. And I'm like, they must have got away with that.
Because it's the American version.
Well, how dare they limit me, though?
All right.
They make me feel dumb because I already can't spell and I already make up words. But then I was like, I'm sorry. We don't use the U anymore.
If you force it to spell...
No one will get my joke. That's ultimately why I'm upset.
If you force it, if you go in and after it's corrected it, you go in and fix it, it's going to assume after a while that you want it spelled with
That's true. That's true. That's what it does for sure. Right. FERSUR, for sure. Mm-hmm. For sure.
And
Totes. Show.
Totes.
Totes my goats.
Totes my goats. Chris, do you have a question about Pond Coin first? You don't have to. I'm asking.
I have a question about Pond Coin? Okay. Okay. Right. Are you ready?
I am now. Ready? I am now.
Is there a reason we're still talking about Pond Coin?
Because they, yes, for several reasons. One is it just really, the flywheel and the mechanics of it began on January 3rd. And the rewards, as far as DUSTiN is predicting, come out in 7 days, noon this time next week.
I.e. next week.
Okay. No, the last time I was on a space was actually Pond Coin.
That's
and it was the same sort of DUSTiN predictions.
Because he predicts them. Because he predicts them every week.
Right?
He predicts
Send money to this wallet, and you could get more.
How dare you?
If you burn it, I don't know. There was something like that.
Well, if you, there's a pool void where if you send money into the void, it just disappears, but you get points. I don't know. We don't know everything, but that's one reason. That's one reason the price is a little bit low, because some people are like, "Oh, it's a scam." Oh, you guys. But another reason is they just won't tell you because they want. Here's the thing: is I think when they give us rewards, that we who have gotten the rewards are going to buy up as much Pond Coin as we can, because I'm out of money because I swapped too much. Maybe some of them were not great swaps. Okay. But I had enough good swaps that I got $200,000 worth of volume. So now who's won? I'm winning.
I mean, crypto has turned investing into like a game.
Think about the show.
They've made it a game. So it's the gamification that's keeping you addicted.
Oh, yeah, very much so. An attention economy 2.0.
Yeah, we don't always have to be right next to each other.
But you know what? Did you see that? Did you see that, though?
I like depth.
You don't also edit the show.
Well, I mean, yeah, okay.
That's called a man who got painted into a corner, y'all.
Well, because you have a different editing style.
Yeah,
as a cinematographer, I am interested in depth of field.
Hold on. This question's for Sean.
Oh, great.
What's the game then that we're playing?
Oh, it's I mean,
how dare you?
They've made it addicting because there's a gamification of it. There's all these extra points you can get. It's the same thing that Starbucks did with their app. It's like, ooh, I can get points and I can get in these contests and these challenges. And so he never has to deliver. It's like
no. That's where you're wrong.
I agree that Pond have done this, but that's not all of crypto,
isn't it? I don't know if you got me on that one. That's you made me actually question now. Here's the thing, Sean. He's got to deliver the rewards. Why? He doesn't. He can do whatever he wants. But I parry your quest by saying thrust. By saying I got messed up because I had to think of the word thrust. The fact that when he does give the rewards, they're going to be so astronomical. Because we've been the liquidity for it. Let's not forget it's a decentralized exchange. It's a DEX. It's a platform, and it is generating fees and it's generating funds through being liquid thing. Well, like I said, the ships pass over the liquid, right? Now all of this money is floating over this liquid layer.
I mean, when you talk about how it works, it's always in these metaphors.
Yeah, because you can't understand it.
Because nobody understands it, really.
I do.
Okay.
Do you?
Yeah, and I might be so crazy. We'll find out. Next week, y'all come back here and get your lips puckered up because I'm going to have a whole bunch of butt for y'all to kiss.
I will pucker up.
I like to hear that. Thank you, Chris.
I'll sit there and I'll be like, DUSTiN, I'm getting on my knees. You was right.
I didn't nobody said no on the knees. I can get up on the table. I can get on the table.
I hope you're right, buddy. I hope that I'm wrong. I hope that all of this investing hasn't just been like in-app charges to play your game.
That he's literally said we're taking 1%. I understand that.
Mm-hmm.
Then he said this: all fees received will come back to you. Why do you think they've got all the stats? They collect every stat, and I've showed you every little stat that you could ever want to know. You want to see it again?
I mean,
you want to see it again?
The only reason that you would be able to get your money back is that others have poured money in.
You're going down Ponzi scheme, Ponzi Avenue. And do I have to remind you that you're the one who aptly said America is a Ponzi scheme? Why?
Because of the constant requirement for constant growth.
Thank you. Point made and accepted. DUSTiN won. Next question. Here's a question for Chris. Chris has a new platform, something about financing.
Oh, go on.
Chris, can I get money from your company?
Well, we've not launched it yet,
but
we've got details coming out soon. It's I can't say a lot.
How about one question? Yes or no? Maybe even a maybe. Can DUSTiN get money from Chris's new company?
Yes.
Whoa! Hi, everyone. I'd like to welcome you to a new segment we call Chris's New Company.
Chris's new company.
DUSTiN's getting paid by his company. Sorry, Chris. Go on.
I can't say what's happening in what we're doing has not been done in crypto yet, which is why they've kept quiet about it. NDAs were filed.
You're making my point about Pondcoin right now. You're making my point. What's being done right now?
The difference is, before people invest, they will know.
Okay.
That's the difference. We will tell everyone what our platform is before launch, but until then, because we don't want anyone copying what we're doing.
Of course not.
It's very, very quiet. You think we've been working on this since April last year?
I do not think that. Now I do. Now I think that, though.
Yeah, the devs turned around and said, we could have launched April last year. But they said, no, we want to launch, we want to get everything ready and then get everything for the future ready as well. So all future dev work is complete.
Look, mates, as your governor, I want to launch this right away. But let's wait. Is that a good impression of how it went?
Well, no, because the person that wanted to wait was American. He's from Texas, so.
Well, look here. I'm from Texas. Shoot him up. Bing, bang.
That was spot on. Well
Thank you. I'm pretty good at accents.
It's a very good accent. I kind of want to hear more. Can you do the same but Irish?
I can't, but I'll try. Irish is tough.
Go ahead.
Okay.
That sounded more Swedish.
Hi, hello, I'm Irish. Nope, I can't. Irish is the one that trips me up.
Yeah, I know, that's right. He was on TikTok the other day. He said you couldn't do it. That's why I asked you.
And an Irish lady was on there, and she's like, "Oh, that ain't it." They just got an interesting thing. Oh my gosh. Oh, we're actually getting a real phone call.
What? That's crazy.
Pardon me, Chris. I'm going to have to put you on mute. We're going to have a real phone call from a real person here calling into the show, I guess. Hello. Go ahead. Let me hold up and make sure on what they call a speaker.
Go ahead, caller.
Oh, wait.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you now.
Okay. So quick story. I got my car back from the dealership today because it crashed, and I was going through my ashtray. I forgot about the beans I have. I have some magic beans. DUSTiN. Magic. I want to sell them to you, DUSTiN, because I want you to have the money too. They grow money.
How much are these beans?
I want to sell you some beans.
How much?
You have $10 in your account, right?
21.
Easy, buddy.
That's exactly how much. I don't know, man. I'm listening to this guy. Like,
I can overdraft a little bit. I can overdraft just a little bit on my bank.
That's fine. We can do overdraft. That's fine. I'd like to think that we're friends, DUSTiN.
I like to think that too.
And like, I'm listening to this guy trying to rip you off, and it's making me mad. And it's really upsetting me because, like, you know, it's all fun and games to talk about getting ripped off by crypto, but to hear an actual predator trying to be a predator for one of my friends, it just bothers me.
I'm a predator?
Like, he's fake. Like, he's even doing a fake accent, like Madonna's doing a fake accent.
Oh, all right. He's talking about Chris and his new finance company.
Well.
All right.
He's doing it very well. This guy is a hack. He needs to take some improv classes.
That's true. That everybody does. Kurt, before I hang up on you, can you give us a rose and a thorn, please? Because I'm going to hang up.
A rose to DUSTiN for his ferocious, relentless optimism in the face of, it's a precious commodity. And
thank you.
Yeah, and
Accept
I don't want to say Thorn to Sean for going to Costa Rica for a couple of months because that's unhealthy. Well, it's unhealthy for me to want to somebody else to not be happy so that I can be happy. So I'm working on that. So Thorn to me, and Rose to Sean for chasing his dreams.
The best way I can say to be positive. You know how we all felt about Rollo getting the lead singer for the Rare Earth.
Yeah.
You know how happy everyone was for him?
Yeah.
It's whenever you hear something about somebody doing well, you just got to remember, man, this is their moment to celebrate them. This is awesome for them because not a lot of people get celebrated, not a lot of the time. And I think that, and something I've learned on, especially being on X and seeing people win here and there, and then seeing bad losers or seeing bad winners that laugh at other people that didn't win. And that's where I start going, now that's not cool. Laughing at being affected by him leaving, okay, that's one thing. But if he was to not be able to go and laugh, then, you should be in Costa Rica, ha, ha, ha. That's not cool.
I hope Laura Michaels stays far, far away from Detroit because I don't want him to take all my friends away.
Oh, that's sweet of you.
I know so many wonderful, talented people who could do so well in this little weirdo Galapagos pocket of talent, including Dustin Gardner. Dustin Gardner could do a good sketch or 3.
4, 5. But you're right.
Yeah, and so I hope you continual failure in your comedy experience so that I can continue to have you locally as a friend. So yeah.
All right, I'm gonna hang up now because I'm a little fit. You're a little bit sus about that compliment. It was a little backhanded. You got none but love for Kurt, but he is hung up on now. Okay, no even saying goodbye. I said I was hanging up. I do feel guilty. I'm horrible about it. I'm horrible about it.
I got to roast the Steiner for this one. It's not a Ponzi scheme, Sean.
Oh no, it hung up on the live stream.
It is a pond.
Oh, I didn't mean to hang up on the live stream. I'm sorry.
Oh boy.
Go ahead, say it again.
To Chris.
No, I hung up on our whole live, yeah.
What? Oh, my gosh.
I feel bad now.
What happened?
Well, he called in because we were taking callers, and it's a new thing.
I know why, Awful Waffle. Thank you.
Rose, Sean, you know why. Why?
Crystal's got a question. Say I'm super deep into Pond Coin. Have a grip of money in there. Have a grip of money. I
have a question. Say I'm super deep into Pondcoin. I have a grip of money in there, okay? How do I get out without losing all of my money or very little of it? You wait 1 month and that number is going to be through the roof. I think next week it's going to launch. As soon as he drops rewards, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they don't come this week. But as soon as they do come next week, when they do come though, probably this week on 7 days from now, when they do come, it'll be less than, by the time I get the video out, it might be down to 3 days from now. Okay? 3 days from now, when I'm reading this, we're watching this back.
Okay.
When it's 2 days from now and rewards come out, it's just going to be far larger than anyone's imagined or believed. More than I'm letting myself dream even. I'm letting myself dream maybe 10 grand. Maybe.
I hope so, buddy.
I have a 4X. I have a 4X multiplier, and I have almost $2,500. So I'm saying 4 times 25. Let's hope it's 10. That will be humongous for me.
I am more than happy to admit that I'm wrong.
Okay.
When I'm proven to be wrong.
I accept that.
It's everyone's favorite time of the show.
And we got through them.
Split.
I know, you got to go. That's the other thing. I do apologize. If you're watching, I'll have to send them all a text or a message. I apologize. I didn't know picking up the phone call would hang up on people.
Yeah.
I feel badly about that.
It's hard to believe.
It is. And lesson learned. That'll never happen again. I got 2 phones for a reason.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't realize what was happening, and then I did, and then it was right here in my thing.
You have 2 phones?
Yeah, because I have multiple TikTok accounts that I'm doing you gotta have phone numbers for. Don't worry about it. Ultimately, this is everyone's favorite part of the show. This is the part of the show where we sit back and we give each other roses and thorns for positive and negative things we might have experienced in our own point of view during the show. And I'd like to start off by giving Sean a rose for getting in here through the just making it to the show alone, let alone being so passionate. What a passionate display of your knowledge. Thank you, sir.
I flew all night.
I flew all night.
Rose to all of our commenters. Rose to Dustin.
Me.
For his continued optimism.
Deep breath.
for believing in it.
Mm-hmm.
I really admire that kind of. I'm too cynical, I guess. Too cynical.
You know what it is? I grew up Christian, and I have very strong belief abilities. Like I grew up in a town called Christiansburg, Ohio. So in my mind, this is it. So in other words, I'm in Pondcoin ecosystem with Pondcoin. We're getting rewards. This is it.
A rose to our callers. Our callers in.
Oh, wow. Big roses to our callers.
Right.
Red Horn Society. I wish they called them Red Horn Society. That's a good one. And then London, England. Yeah. We had an international across the pond, they call it. Across the pond.
And
don't they call it that?
Roses to Christopher.
Just need a verification.
For having the ambition to start a company.
A little bit of validity.
Validity. Go. What did you say?
Cross the pond.
Yeah.
To England.
What about it?
That's a saying.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then we were in Pond
You
Coin.
didn't get that one right. Oh my God! All right, okay.
Yeah,
all
everybody
right.
made the connection. We across the pond.
All right. Rose to the Lions.
Rose to the Lions for winning. Okay, for those, because I know we got to get out, but listen.
I have to go.
Hear me out. Then we're just going to get through it quick.
All right.
People on Twitter, X, Twix, say, "Why is everybody so excited about the Lions winning?" And I go, she goes, "It's like been since the '90s, so it's been like 20 years since they've won." I go, no. It's been 34 years since they've won one playoff. But tell them ultimately the 100-year curse.
I mean, it's not. It was the curse of Bobby Lane.
Here it is. You be Bobby Lane. Bobby Lane. Now that you've been fired from the thing, do you putting a curse on the team?
Bobby Lane was our quarterback in the 50s, which was the last time we made it to the championship. The championship before there is even the Super Bowl. I don't think
before there was the Super Bowl.
You'll have to bleep that out.
Before there was the big game.
Yeah. So and he was traded. Some say in the prime of his career, or just post the peak of his career. He was traded to Pittsburgh.
Right now.
He traded to Pittsburgh, and he was a little annoyed that they ditched him like that.
It's like, how dare they?
But he was like, "Well, we'll see how long it is before the Lions make it to the championship again."
Oh, are you giving them a curse?
Yeah.
Oh, you are.
Yes.
How long do you think his curse is going to last, Bobby?
100 years.
Bobby, he's such a jokester. And then people took it serious.
Yeah.
And needless to say, the city itself manifested this curse. And it's lasted now almost 100 years. That was the 1930s?
That was like 1958, maybe 58.
1900s, though.
1958, yeah.
And we're in the 2000s, 20. So
like 70 years.
Crazy.
Hey.
Go ahead. What?
Let's stop the insanity.
Stop the insanity, everyone. Let's get money out of politics. It's the only way to save democracy.
Because corporations aren't people.
No, they're not people. And we would have to change that through the law system, through the Supreme Court, which definitely has been robbed from the American people and what we want as a society.
Just like the rest of the government.
Well, why should females pay taxes or be forced to pay taxes when they're no longer considered somebody who can make their own decision? People got upset about, I should be able to decide about what goes in my body with a syringe and something from the government that saves me from a COVID. Guess what? Women should have the same choice with their own bodies, with what they want to do with what they've ever gotten from maybe somebody having fun.
But then again, to be fair, a baby getting put in there.
You're right. It's like
God,
a tumor.
That's God. That God created that.
God creates tumors all the time.
The vaccines, man, is created. So
guess what else got created? Man. And man created the thing. We can fix the thing.
I want Dustin to get rich on YouTube.
That's sweet of you to say. I don't think he will from this show, but maybe from.
How dare you? How dare you?
Maybe though. We had a lot of people here. One moment.
All right, hey,
he's really got to go. He's really got to go. Where you got to go? Talk about where you got to go.
I got to go. I'm subbing.
Teaching a class. He's teaching comedy class.
I'm teaching a class.
Why is he teaching? Because he got out of banking. All right, just wanted to close that, land that plane. Got none but love for you. What's the other thing we say? Get the government out of our vaginas.
Right.
Yeah, I think we touched on that.
I
All right,
want Dustin to
Pose.
get rich on YouTube.
Thanks for hanging out. Welcome to Meltdown Island. We'll see you next week.
That'll be cool.